Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Age of Empires 2 replay. Spawn on the bottom left side as the yellow Hindustanis, we have the sapo. Spawn on the top right side as the blue Mayans, we have IAmVan. Oops, I actually went to slow speed right there. Let's go and get these replays start going quicker sooner rather than later. We also got some pig scouting going on. You know, pigs can never look up, I believe, if I remember correctly. But that could be a mistake. Or a lie. Looks like the relics are great now. In the center, I see 4 here and 1 way over here. So it looks like yellow has got a freebie here, while all other 4 are relatively incontestable zones. But the person we're observing, yellow, is going to loom. Watch start talking about the bonuses. Yellow Hindustanis can gets a reduction in villagers cost in the Dark Age, Feudal Age, Vassal Age, and Pure Age from 10 to 25%. Camel riders are attack 20% faster. Gunpowder units gain additional armor and pierce armor. And caravanseries can be done in Pure Age, which improves the movement speed of his caravans. Unique units is the Gulam Imperial Camel Rider. If I remember correctly, the Hindustanis cannot deploy cavaliers or knights, so they're a little bit unique. Unique dex is increase all in gold income is 10% faster. Oh crap! We got a militia rush deployed out by blue. I was not really paying attention. So let's take time and show what advantages blue has in their abilities, which may result in a better militia rush. We got +1 villager, but -50 food, which gives them a small start, not as drastic as the Chinese, but it can be quite nice. And resources last 15% longer, which is good for the herdables and other temporary resources. Or really all resources last longer, so it doesn't have to worry about migrating around all too much. And has reduced archer costs starting in the Feudal Age. Bloomed Archer and unique text allows skirmishers throw additional projectile, improving his trash units. And El Dorado, Eagles have additional hit points to make them much more durable. We got the Man-at-Arms upgrade deployed out by blue. Blue has gotten Feudal Age. If we go back to neutral, both are in Feudal Age at the moment. Yellow has 22 villagers, blue has 25. That extra villager can make quite a difference, especially as the higher level players get. And he's going for skirmishers, which is not exactly great versus these units. They're a counter unit, but does not counter these units. He is starting to reinforce his walls with houses, which is very good. And spending a lot of guys on these bamboos to get additional food. He does not have a lot of surface area here as well, but his villagers are relatively safe. And trying to clear these bamboo shoots so he can get more surface area around his town center. The militias are now receiving some javelins. The javelins do 2 damage. I'm not so sure about any hidden damage, but I don't think they do any hidden damage versus Man-at-Arms. And Man-at-Arms have 1 pierce armor, so skirmishers literally do 1 damage. He has to play around his town center, while these Man-at-Arms can just go around and start being also annoying, hurting him inside this region. Blue has not bothered to even start walling off because he has the aggressive advantage. He's getting a lot of gold income as well. I don't think yellow has even touched his gold just yet. Yeah, that looks like that's all untouched. Of course, the Mayans are known for has a tech called El Dorado that's supposed to be a city made of gold. Of course he has gold. While the Chinese are mostly known for silver. Trade with the British for tea. This Man-at-Arm may finally be cleaned on up. We've got another Eagle Warrior advancing. They do have 2 pierce armor, so skirmishers are even less effective for them, though I think they may receive some bonus damage there. I can't remember all the bonus damage stuff. I really wish bonus damage was much more transparent. Like, if you would just highlight this, it would be nice to see what their bonus damage are versus certain units. Like, if you just highlight the attack. Of course, we just saw the +1 damage, so now he's able to do 2 damage per man-arms, which actually is quite noticeable. Double damage. But now, Blue's pushing forward with some archers, trying to hit some of these villagers over the walls, such as these foragers.
Shot it.
But, of course, the skirmisher is still a good counter for that purpose. More and more villagers, or more and more skirmishers having deployed now. Let's take a look with villager count. Blue does have still a small marginal lead. It also has an actual gold income as well. Yellow's going for some stone, and we got some gold over here as well. So yellow is starting to expand out in other directions. There's of course a huge pile of gold here, and there's small, and he's forced to go for a small bit here, which has its pros and cons. This is much more valuable and closer to town center, but this is also safer in as the game progresses longer because it's behind his town center. Because it's easier for, if I were to pull up the map a little, if you look at the map a little bit, yellow should be able to project northwards easier than he can project out to the right. Blue can have some more safer stone because he can project down this way and this way easier, so he should be able to get some good amount of stone and wood. But these areas can be a bit more contestable. But it all depends how they set up their civilizations. You also have some fishables down here. If he collects all the trees, probably definitely worth it. Skirmishers surrounding the archers. There's a good number of archers here, 6 archers. Eagle Warriors and Man-at-Arms are trying to engage. He needs to make sure they're not grouped up together. Eagle Warriors, of course, have 2 pierce armor, and these guys only have 3 attacks, so should only do 1 damage each, unless there's some hidden bonus damage I'm not aware of. Let's take out the Man-at-Arms there. Very nice.
Shot it.
And he does actually have armor upgrades in the skirmish as well, so he should receive less damage there. But of course, the bonus damage is something I'm not familiar with. Another Eagle Scout goes down. But Blue has been being quite aggressive in this entire game. Blue has tacked up to the Castle Age. Very nice. Last Eagle Scout does go down. And his now he's potentially able to get... Oh, look, there's also the research stuff on the right. I could have looked at that earlier. I'm such an idiot. But now you can pull out the plumed archers and get the Holchi javelins as well. Let's throw some villagers in the town center as well, which is great for Blue. So switch over back to yellow. Got Castle being researched as well. He has to play on market there, but he may have sold off some resources to get the Castle Age. He wasn't harvesting this gold for very long, but there's a good number of miners there. Yep, if I were to highlight this, I can see what research he has and what research he can't get whatsoever. And he has a lot of decayed out farms. Another town center going for yellow immediately, but it's come Eagle Wars or Eagle Scouts pushing the way forward. But of course, they can get quickly focused down by the skirmishers. It does get nice and close there into minimum range, but they should be focused down, no problem. And we've got a wave of crossbows coming forward for Blue. Getting 2 quick picks there as well. That's great. I think that may be the first 2 villagers down. Let's have exposed farm here, slowly picking that off. Only 40 food left in this farm, so killing it is actually not that important. Does do some great dodges there. Loses, however, some more crossbows, but he's doing some great focus fire on the skirmishers. They have 4 pierce armor, and these crossbowmen have 7 damage. They're able to do 3 damage apiece. And these are just regular skirmishers, not elite skirmishers. They only have 30 health. Great kills right there. He's focused on this low health one. Now you can focus it down. Perfect. All the skirmishers are now down. Losing his form's not a huge problem, like I mentioned earlier. 40 food is remaining. And we got a forward castle going out. I probably would have pushed a little bit farther forward on top of the high ground to get the attack and defense bonuses. But maybe he wants the radius there to help protect his stone mine. Castle's going on up. Almost complete. A unique unit for the Hindustanis. I can't remember what it is. That's like a spearman that's like not anti-cavalry, if I remember correctly. It is the golem. And here comes the golem as well. Looks like they have a pretty fast creation time. Let's see, what do they... I can't really see what they're actually good against, since I can't just highlight and see what they're good against. They do have good pierce armor, which will be very important against with the Mayans, since they do have plumed archers, a very effective archer unit. And we got some long swordsmen to point out. He's getting some long swords, and maybe I go for some swordsman champions. Let's go over to the... what's it called? The Aztecs, and see what they have available for when it comes to some of this stuff. He's gotten some good armor. They can't get champion. They can get two-handed swordsman. They're not. He's going for the swordsman, perhaps in order to start charging forward. And he may not have murder holes. If he doesn't have murder holes, then these longswords can pick off that castle. He's also not going for Imperial Age at this time, so these swordsmen may cut off surprise his opponent. He's getting some golems out there now, but got quickly overwhelmed there. Let's switch over back to yellow to see he has murder holes. Hate how it jumps the camera. Yep, the murder hole. Does not have murder holes researched, so these swordsman has a possibility of taking out the castle. Granted, there's also a defensive guards tower here. But now we've got a sizable assault of 14 long swordsmen advancing. There is an opening here to move. I wonder if these got spotted. We've got a fresh town center potentially can be picked off. And here comes a long swordsman. And he that may have been a full destruction, not a cancel. Which means he does not get any resources back from that.
Oh.
Get some damage there on these long swordsmen. He does, of course, maybe he'll hit this town center as well. Let's get inside this town center. There's a lot of arrows coming on out. He won't be able to stay around for much longer. Town centers do not have to worry about murder holes. And we do have a cavalry archer deployed on now. Interesting. Let's take a quick look and see what cavalry archer upgrades he can get. He can get a heavy cavalry archer. I don't... Maybe not Parthian tactics? I don't see that research there. Yeah, he cannot get Parthian tactics. I can see he's X'd out.
Oh.
So you can get heavy cavalry archers. It's not Parthian tactics. And currently right now, looks like he has some damage upgrades on the cavalry archers as well. Getting some good damage on these forces. Very nice. He can just go back away. The cavalry archers are actually a pretty good unit this time, though he's not microing whatsoever. And I heard a monk relic being picked up. One cavalry archer does go down. They're expensive. Maybe could do a little bit better hitting and running. Does lose 2 more cavalry archers there. He does take out all the long swordsmen. So overall, good engagements there by yellow. It did delay some economy there. Yellow does have 89 villagers. Blue only has 77. Got a number of crossbows, some long swordsmen, eagle scouts. And right now, I've got more monks being deployed out by yellow. This relic has not been claimed just yet. He has claimed one relic so far. And this one is being going to be grabbed by this fresh monk. Blue's going for his own monastery, but yellow should have a pretty good time at getting these relics. This one's pushing forward, has a bit of escort here. And these archers, crossbowmen making their advance. Maybe we'll get some good damage in on these forces. One quick pick there, no pick there. Doesn't look like I have ballistics. And this archer range has 1 health, so I don't think it actually has been started to build, so it may not be spotted just yet. These archers will be backing on off. Looks like this relic has been claimed. We've got some more golems. Or gilams. We'll find these archers, and we'll go in close distance there, but does not get any slices there. He just runs past, and does do some good stutter step there. Getting some great damage there on these golems, preventing most losses. Does lose 1 there. Overkill match barrage there. Those lose some there as well. Golems are specialized in AoE damage as they stab through. That maybe just for the elite one though. It does lose a number of crossbowmen there, but loses more golems in return. I'm not sure how cost effective that is. And now we've got Imperial Age for the Hindustani. Both players are on Imperial Age right now. Long swordsmen and now plumed archers making their advance. Plumed archers do have a bit more damage, a little less range than possible with crossbowmen. They have 8 range versus just 7 range. Trebuchet coming on out as well. And we got the elite skirmisher upgrade being pulled out by yellow. He's trying to deal with these archers a bit more. If we switch over to blue, we do have, looks like more plumed archers going for the two-handed swordsman upgrade as well as chemistry. Now we've got some trebuchet rocks raining on in, getting some good damage there on this town center. We do have 115 villagers for yellow, 101 for blue. And that town center does go down. Trebuchet is packing on up, trying to make his way forward. We got a good number of twin swordsmen to escort the plumed archers. Another trebuchet is being pulled out. It looks like it's going to siege down some of these archery ranges. Got a good number of skirmishers here, but we got, of course, twin swordsmen to escort. Let's get a great hit there and gets enough damage there to help one-shot some of these skirmishers. Skirmishers do have a range of 8, which is farther than the plumed archers. So whenever the plumed archers are in range, so are the skirmishers. Gilams are pushing the way forward against, we've seen a lot of fire there, and does spot all the two-handed swordsmen. Eagle warriors will be closing distance onto those pike, on those throwing spearmen, skirmishers, and able to get some great damage there. Now even the two-handed swordsmen are closing distance, so got blue has a massive army here. Got some hand cannons supplied up by yellow, but they are far too close to these units. Canadians, of course, do have a natural defense or armor increase from his civilization bonus. Well, as before towards the castle there, saving some of his hand cannoneers. They need to start pushing their way forward, get some good damage in on these forces. Number of yellow's villagers gone down, so has the military. Got the town center being garrisoned as well. Hand cannoneers are being focused down now. Balloon archers and hand cannoneers do have the same range. Their damage there onto the archer range. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at Yellow's build here. Yellow may be having severe trouble. Got a massive wave of skirmers pushing his way being deployed. Yellow skirmishers does get picked off there. Got a single guard tower here. And a lot of skirmishers going on out, and these two swordsmen are being slowly cleaned on up by these skirmishers. Yep. Hand cannoneer increased to range as an upgrade, so he's going to need to get up 9 range hand cannoneers, which would be great for those plumed archers. Outranged by 2 is a significant amount. Hand cannoneers getting some great damage there onto the infantry. Skirmishers coming for our flank, getting some good damage there onto the plumed archers. More skirmishers pushing way forward, so as the hand cannoneers. And with an 8 range of the skirmishers, they can be on the front line as the hand cannoneers in the back if he gets that technology. So if he doesn't get the technology just yet, it's probably pretty expensive, especially right now when he's under siege. Getting some damage there on the plumed archers with his hand cannoneers. And now the twin swordsmen start cleaning the archers with the trebuchets. More of these skirmishers pushing way forward. Yellow's trying to go for a forward mining camp, which is a little bit exposed. May need to get out another castle up here, but he doesn't have enough stone for it at the moment. Just these 2 guys collecting stone. More trebuchets pushing the way forward, taking out some of these houses and some of these other production structures. Plumed archers making their way forward, able to focus out these skirmishers quite a bit. Does have the high ground advantage as well, getting some extra damage, which is very important. And plus the low ground disadvantage, he's able to do less damage with the hand cannoneers. Yellow's starting to really collect some of this income right now. May need to throw some guy on these stone, get it up, and perhaps then deploy out a defensive castle or tower. Good number of skirmishers and hand cannoneers on the build queue as well. Oh, over here, I didn't realize all these eagle warriors pushing their way forward, getting some stabbing all these villagers. In number of kills on the villagers, the villager count is 127 for blue, so blue's now ahead in villager count as yellow's shrinking. A lot of plumed archers right there. We do also have a town center going up over here. Plumed archer squads do have the high ground advantage, getting some great damage in right there. And town center does get deployed. On the left side, single eagle warrior there being cleaned up by these skirmishers. And maybe now, since it's sort of got to a low point, maybe we should try getting the increased cannoneer range. But maybe try and max out his army before he gets that. Massive wave of plumed archers. There's a good reason why he's going for those skirmishers. Skirmishers start making their way forward, trying to siege down the castle now. He also does need a hand cannoneer range sooner rather than later, because allowing him to engage these plumed archers much more effectively with the hand cannoneers. Handful of 2 hand swords push their way forward. Hand cannoneers, big wave of hand cannoneers now advancing as well, which should be able to overwhelm the infantry that may advance. Plumed archers are firing against the from the high range. Trebuchets are getting some good damage there onto the castle. We're going to have some more reinforcing forces advancing. Got the Henkineers, or some of the skirmishers getting hit by the champions, or two-handed swordsmen. Only trebuchets do go down to the Henkineers. Some like how it does charge it forward, does get picked off there by the plumed archers. Got a good number of skirmishers and Henkineers still in the mix. More and more Henkineers are being poured on in. Castle does stay up, but he's out of stone. Does get a collection stone there. He bought stone, looks like, from the market. Now we got some light cavalry going out. He's trying to close distance against those plumed archers with some light cavalry. Henkineers still pushing way forward. Skirmishers and Henkineers trying to deal with all the stream of champions. Blue's losing a lot of forces. He may take out the castle. We're seeing more and more fire right there. Slowly being quickly being repaired up as quickly as it's taking damage. And some of these trebuchets are finally being cleaned on up as well. One trebuchet is remaining. Trebuchet does go down, but that last shot does not take out the castle either. So he has saved his castle for the moment. And he's going to get out a wave of villagers, because he is a bit low on villagers. He is lower at least on his opponent. Trying to get up to 130. Let's get some kills there as well. Yellow has stabilized. We got a number of castles. We got frontline castles there. Does use a castle to protect the stone mine as well. So there's no real easy point to enter except for right there. It's also an uncaptured relic. I know Blue has deployed on monastery at one point in time. Maybe not. But Yellow does have 4 relics. So he has picked up 4 relics, and there's one just not captured whatsoever. 4 relics is a good number, especially for all that additional gold income. Some of Blue's villagers are getting picked off right there as well. And that castle fired a couple arrows, getting a quick kill. Champions are going to close the distance there. Still don't have the range upgrade there on the... There's the range upgrade for the Henkineers. Skirmishers receiving quite a bit of fire there. Champion or two-handed swordsmen are closing distance there on the skirmishers. Henkineers maybe overkilling some of these two-handed swordsmen, but now they're getting disintegrated. Eagle Warriors are trying to close the distance now. Henkineers are on the high ground, and with the additional armor there, it looks like he did get the extra range upgrade there on the Henkineers, getting 19 range plus the high ground advantage. He just needs to set up a good fire line there. The Henkineers are just walking. Okay, they are, looks like they're trying to retreat away. Now got a wave of light cavalry coming on forward. Does take out Yellow's trebuchet that's trying to siege down a castle. Trying to stay in its Henkineers, more skirmishers and light cavalry advancing. The light cavalry will not be able to do much versus those two-handed swordsmen. Blue's pushing way forward with some trebuchets onto this town center. It's getting some good damage there on town center now. This town center will go down. Fresh castle deployed out by Blue, which looks like he is out of range of hitting that gold mine, and there's also a gold mining camp there, so he's not disrupting the gold income, just the defenses. Not a whole lot of Henkineers over here. He's lost a number of them. Speaking about lost a number, villagers going on down to the plumed archers. Blue's training source making their advances. Still not a whole lot of Henkineers on the high ground there. High ground damage is quite good, but maybe not good enough at this point in time. Blue's plumed archers trying to hunt down some more villagers. We have Eagle Warriors right now. Doesn't look like he's gotten the extra health upgrade on his Eagle Warriors either. maybe starting to transition the Eagle Warriors over to Commander Swordsman. We got some more shots there onto the town centers, trying to take them out, trying to stall his villager production. Got a good number of hand cannoneers now on the high ground. Get some good damage there on the two-handed swordsmen. Not enough skirmishers as well. More light cavalry trying to push their way forward, trying to provide a bit of more of a buffer. Hand cannoneers do find a nice range advantage. Light cavalry trying to close the distance onto these plumed archers as he starts running away. Got a good, massive wave of villagers. He's trying to steal his opponent's gold. And this is where his original town center was. Remember how I said this was relatively exposed gold compared to this one over here? This is his original starting gold spot there. Now being claimed by his opponent because he could not get that secure. Skirmishers are advancing, gains some good damage down the plumed archers. The plumed archers throwing a lot of rounds there on the skirmishers as well. And champions are now pouring in onto Yellow's back line. So Yellow's not in a good position there. Yellow is down to, still has 119 villagers, so he has plenty of villagers. This matter needs to set up a proper front line. Castle's getting some great shots there onto the two-handed swordsmen as they try and chase down a villager. And we got also the skirmishers disrupting the movement of the two-handed swordsmen as well. Taking out the monastery. This is actually quite important. That stops them from getting all that additional free gold. He's going to need to get that monster rebuilt. Maybe something close by to these relics so he could just quickly throw all the relics inside of the monster to get some more gold income. He does have some gold income over here, but it's being disrupted. And Blue's going for another fort castle, trying to secure this region. Hussars now trying to take on these trebuchets. They do take out one right there, but they're getting quickly torn apart. They're actually very, very wounded, but all three of them are still alive. 1, 2 does go down, and the third one does go down as well. That trebuchet is almost down. He's going to quickly try to finish that off with his hussars. More skirmishers being deployed now. Now got a fresh castle here. Yellow minion deploy out trebuchet to help siege it. So no replacement monastery. More of these skirmishers going on down. And it looks like we don't even see the two pike spear skirmisher upgrade just yet either for the Mayans. Hussars pushing the way forward. Champion's still a bit of a problem as well. Has been a hard time to get his hand cannoneer numbers up as well. And to switch back, he doesn't have any gold income at the moment. Or nothing really significant. Though these hand cannoneers are in a nice cutoffs area, trying to get some great, trying to gun down the reinforcements. Very nice. Hussars trying to close the distance there on the skirmishers, getting some good damage in there. But he does fall back towards the castles, which can rip apart these forces, no problem. And cannoneers are now being hit by these skirmishers. They've got this castle now under siege by a yellow trebuchet. Oh, I heard a monk. He does rebuild his monastery. It's a bit far back. It would take a bit of time for those relics to be reclaimed. Looks like the castle throwing some rounds there onto the nearby houses. Plume markers getting quickly focused, not overwhelmed, but quickly focused on the hussars. More and more hussars trying to charge up forward, trying to deal with these forces. Hussars do reasonably well versus twin swordsmen. But all these plumed archers are just quickly able to provide so much fire support for them. Castle's being repaired up by a whole bunch of repairers at the moment, as the trebuchet does go down to Blue's units. He does go ahead and stop this gold from being collected, but it's quite a bit gone at the moment. Does have a handful of hand cannoneers as well. Looks like it has 3 hand cannoneers remaining, which can do some good damage. And it's getting some good damage there on the Hussars. Hussars just can't stay around for long enough. Got the skirmishers slowly pushing their way forward, trying to gauge these blue archers. Blue's now charging forward, trying to get some more of this gold claim. And it looks like the hand cannoneers are actually mainly focused down right there. Very, very nice. He saw the threat in them and quickly got rid of them. Champion still streaming forward. If I look at the map as well, it looks like there's no gold left on Blue's side of the map. Looks like the gold's almost completely harvested. I believe this bit of gold there is the last bit of gold on the map, which is actually very important indeed. To allow Blue to pull out some more champions and plumed archers. Hussars are trying to get some more damage on in, getting some, but they just need a bit more of them. We got another castle being deployed out here. This one's going to be on the high ground. And getting a high ground castle here can be very useful to help protect this region. Though Blue can reorient his attack over in this region. Looks like 3 other relics have been claimed. The monk's trying to collect the 4th one now, and this relic could be intercepted by the plumed archers. So yellow does have some gold income thanks to those relics, and able to get out perhaps some more hand cannoneers. Maybe deploy out hand cannoneers and garrison inside this castle to throw some more arrows for defense purposes until he gets enough hand cannoneers to actually pose a threat to these forces. These blue marchers are going down. Losing them are mostly permanent since he's lacking any sort of gold. Oh, no, Blue actually does have some gold income right here. But now the skirmishers are interrupting that gold income I mentioned earlier. Let's hop inside the castle there, getting quite garrisoned up, getting some extra arrows. And now 3 trebuchets are sieging that said castle. Hussars are being quickly cleaned up by these plumed archers. He does take out that castle there. This castle is still up and firing. You can actually throw some plumed archers in here to get more arrows. Which also keeps some of his forces alive, maybe the plumed archers. He does have a good number of plumed archers. Throw them in there, get some nice health regen, and a lot of extra arrows for protective purposes. All of his plumed archers are quite wounded, so I'm not joking. Herbal medicine may actually be useful in this moment in time. Queen Hussars are Queen Point. Now we do also have some spearmen put out by Blue. He's feeling the pain from those Hussars. The castle will be taken out by that trebuchet. It is on the high ground, gives good extra damage in. Now Blue deployed out his own trebuchet, trying to fight a treb war. But this yellow trebuchet should just ignore the blue one and start engaging and keep engaging that castle. But it looks like maybe it's some sort of issue with it packing up. There you go, now got a counter barrage coming on in. Gets hit, it rolls a miss and hits the other trebuchet. It's a direct hit there, but it's hitting the high ground ones there, so it takes extra trebuchet shots. Eco Warriors do quickly clean up one of the trebuchets. And got some more Eco Warriors pushing the way forward. Doesn't look like he has the increased health upgrade on the Eco Warriors either. Trying to deal with these trebuchets, that gold income from the relics has been very important for yellow. He's also playing on some extra villagers. Blue's actually lost a lot of villagers. He needs more food, that's for sure. He has plenty of wood, so Blue needs to pull out some more villagers for farming. And there's some cleared out regions here, so build out a quick mill, 8 farms. That may be what he needs at the moment. However, Blue does manage to find an opening there, does get his pikeman research. Speaking about food, looks like Yellow is running a bit low on wood, so he will need to get more and more claim. And these 2 forest patches are likely going to not be touched for the rest of the game. These forests are slowly being cleaned up as well. There's plenty of forests up here for Yellow. And now those farming locations, ugh, that is horrendous. Yellow's losing some villagers right there. There's actually a tiny bit of gold there, 181. Which could be enough for, what, 9 champions? Castle's now under siege. He could throw some guys inside the castle, get some extra arrows to protect. Got some counter barrage of the trebuchets here, as we got skirmishers engaged on plumed archers. Plumed archers are hitting the skirmishers, not the trebuchets. Plumed archers are going to get overwhelmed by numbers of the skirmishers, and now they ran forward trying to get over this region, sitting some free castle shots. Blue is trying to collect as much gold as possible. Very nice. And he does take out that mining hut there now. Do have the skirmishers engaging the skirmishers as well. We may see the double skirmish spear upgrade for the Mayans. Sort of hard for me to tell if the amount of spears coming out. We do have some more and more pikemen charging forward, trying to deal with these hussars. We still got a good number of plumed archers. We do have 8 range, same as the skirmishers, so they can't outrange each other. The plumed archers do have a decent amount of pierce armor, but skirmishers, of course, do get a lot of bonus damage. Winged hussars, the hussars does get some great damage there onto the skirmishers, closing the distance, able to get some great damage in there. Does manage to overwhelm these blue skirmishers. Blue's not looking in good position. He needs to fall back to this castle there. He needs to rely on his own defense now, bringing in some more pikemen, trying to deal with these hussars. But they have so much skirmisher support as well. And of course, Yellow does have... Oh, I was going to say, Yellow does have all of his relics reclaimed, which gave him a lot of additional gold income. In fact, look at how much gold Yellow had. From the relics alone, he was focusing so much on the skirmishers and hussars, he forgot to spend this gold. Which I suppose is a good thing or a bad thing. One of the two. Either way, let's go ahead and take a quick look. Yeah, Blue has actually back out of the game, by the way. It's Anna Great saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.